Welcome to Beep Boop Audio, where we make cocktails and audio plugins. Yes, this channel is centered around making music software, but fun fact, I am a bartender, so I thought it would be a fun idea to combine my love for audio plugins and drinking in the form of a drum sequencer made exclusively from sounds collected behind the bar. And I'm even going to give this instrument away for free. Now, the only thing that could make this better would be a deadline. So, when Pianobook reached out to me and asked if I wanted to publish this instrument as part of their Advent Calendar in just 1 month, I said, "Do you think I'm stupid?" So I agreed to their deadline, packed up my backpack with a bunch of recording gear, and headed straight to the bar to record a bunch of sounds. I don't know if you know this, but restaurants and music studios are very different recording environments. Did you know that? Supposedly I didn't, because I was surprised when I got to the restaurant and it sounded like this. The air conditioning is on full blast during closed hours, but lucky for me, I brought my blankie. And that means I looked like this while I was hitting objects with other objects. I'm basically just a caveman with a microphone. So after slicing up the clips, reducing room noise, and renaming all the samples, we end up with an Ableton session that sounds like this. This process took quite a bit longer than it should have. I was feeling pretty good about the project, which is due in, let's see, 1 week. What? What am I trying to do here? I've still never built an engine in this short of a period of time. I was going to need some real motivation, and I figured, like a student working in a library, I would be able to focus better if I knew other people were watching me work. So I decided to live stream the development of this drum sequencer. I was going to pull back the curtain to the secret world of Kontakt development. I felt so confident that this would accelerate my development process that I titled the video "Making an Audio Plugin in 12 Hours. I wonder how that turned out. I started off making the drum machine in its simplest form, just a 16-step sequencer that moved forward as time passed. Pair this with rows of blocks assigned to individual sounds, and we can tell the engine to trigger samples at certain steps in the sequence. Works great, but looks pretty ugly. So I replaced the blocks with these buttons that are a lot more user-friendly. Drum patterns are great, but sometimes people just want to have the option to trigger the samples themselves. So I set up these buttons that do exactly that. We also want to allow the user to switch different drum patterns with the push of a key. I think that sounds pretty cool. I don't know. I created all of these drop-down menus so that the user can select their desired sound, and I even added this randomize button that changes all of them at once. That's great. But oh no, look at the clock. We only have 2 hours left. Time to put the pedal to the metal and create 3 knobs. Yeah, I only finished, I added 3 knobs. I don't know about you, but this doesn't look like a finished project to me. Looks like I'm a failure. But instead of emailing Pianobook saying, "Too bad, so sad, no plugin for you," I decided to do a second stream the following day. I was a little ambitious on the last stream. Started the stream by creating an overlay graphic to display to the user the currently active step for the sequencer. Followed that up by making a similar graphic to highlight the active row, indicating to the user which sound is being altered by these 3 knobs that we made at the end of the previous stream. One of which controls the volume of each sound, but sometimes people want each step to be a different volume. And that's why I included this velocity table to do exactly that. It was time to move around the controls to reorganize the layout. The instrument now had many of the features that most drum machines include. But what could we add to make it stand apart from the rest? That's when I got this weird idea. I want to set it up so that you have like 2 different delays. You make it so that each step is sent through delay 1, delay 2, or neither. Seemed cool in theory, but we should really do a mock-up of the effect to see if it's really worth our time. I think that sounds pretty cool. Now with a review like that, we need to include this feature. Let's take a look at the clock. Uh-oh, 1 hour left. Was it time for me to accept defeat? Did I just waste a whole month of work for nothing? It was in this moment I remembered I'm a software developer. Pushing back deadlines is what we do. I mean, CD Projekt did that with Cyberpunk, and that turned out great. So I spent the rest of the stream creating these beautiful delay knobs, and then called it a night. I did get confirmation that I could submit my homework 1 week late, but it was time to get serious. Streaming was fun, but it looks like I was wrong thinking that it would help me focus. And that's why I decided to finish the rest of the project off stream. So after 4 weeks of work, plus 1 extra, I give you On the Rocks. Welcome to the walkthrough video for On the Rocks. It is a drum sequencer that exclusively uses sounds that I collected from behind the bar that I work at. You can also use the keys on the right side of the keyboard to perform patterns that are built into the engine. Each of the sounds is assigned to one of the 8 rows you can see on this grid. We can also activate those sounds by clicking these keys right here that mirror the keys on the left side of your keyboard. You can adjust the volume, pan, and tune for any of these sounds independently. On the Rocks comes with 5 different presets. This is Corpse Reviver number 2. Let's check out the next one, which is called Jungle Bird. This preset comes with different drum patterns as well as sounds, but you can change these if you'd like. Pretend you want to change the shaker twist sound. You can easily just use this drop-down menu to do the bend door, or change it to be the check drop. You're also given the ability to change all of the sounds with one single click of this random button. You're given the ability to store 5 different patterns to each of these buttons, and they are performed whenever you push the keys. You can easily cycle through different patterns by clicking this arrow, and once you find one you like, it will save automatically to that key so that whenever you click away and then click back, it still shows the pattern that you selected. You're given the ability to customize any of these patterns as you like. You can simply erase steps on the grid, or you can come down to the velocity tables and erase a bunch all at once. You can use this same velocity table to enter in many different steps. And just like before, any of these changes are saved whenever you go back to that pattern. So if I switch over to here and then go back, it loads all the changes that you made before. You likely already noticed there's a good bit of delay on this, and that's actually built into the engine itself. Let's go over to the next preset, which is titled Last Word, and we'll talk about the delay of this engine. You can see on the bottom right side of the UI that we have this gray table that is noted with delay 1 and delay 2. These are associated to the delay 1 page and the delay 2 page. Now, there are 2 different delays because you are given the choice to send each step of the sequencer through one of the 2 delays or neither of them. Let's lower the volume of delay 2 and increase the volume of delay 1 so that we can listen to what it's doing. You're given the ability to change all of the parameters for delay 1 and 2 independently, but you can also just cycle through the presets of delays by clicking this arrow. There are more presets for On the Rocks that I didn't show in this video. So I invite you to check them out for yourself by following the link in the description to download this Kontakt instrument. This is a free instrument, but it took a lot of work. So all I ask in return is maybe leave a review or a comment on this video. And above all else, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel. Maybe come back to check it out when I'm done with my next project. Thanks so much for watching and have a good day.